I also should have made rice today so I could make stoopies tonight, but I forgot to do that. So I needed to sort that out at another point. So I just said, fuck it. I ordered what's freaking Taco Bell. There we go. I couldn't remember the word for it. Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. I hope it's the best for y'all. I would say that it was stubby, yes, and yes. Oh, I got it. I got to turn that down for it. It's fine now. Yes. I know that the camera is probably doing some weird bullshit so you can't see it, but yes. I have both a rice cooker and a pressure cooker. The problem is not that I do not have a rice cooker and a pressure cooker. The problem is executive dysfunction. So, I appreciate that you're looking out for me, but it's little like the rice is the not having a rice cooker is not the problem, unfortunately. It is just the executive dysfunction. Fair enough. I know that feel. Yeah. So I'll probably be able to get a hold of it at some point and like get it done. Knowing me, having complained about it now, I'll probably do it tonight after stream is over. But you know, but we're here. I want to say that. Oh right, news. Some potentially good things are in the works as far as certain kinds of personal developments. Job hunt still continues. There may be something, maybe theoretically, in the spring that becomes a very big opportunity, maybe, but I cannot give details right now. And there are certain parts of it that I'm keeping a little bit close to the chest until or unless I get some word on what's what. So we'll see how that goes. But at least at present, I cannot say much more about it because, you know, there are a couple of things that are dependent on processes that have nothing to do with me. So depending on how those things go, results may happen, but I have no way of knowing how things are going to go on that front one way or the other until, you know, it happens. So we'll see how that goes. But I'll talk with y'all about that, or if and or when it becomes a thing that happens. In the meantime, shoot the answer. So, the plan insofar as what I want to accomplish today, let me go look at my keep notes, because those should have the things that I was thinking about. Oh, right. Need to do that part of this. That's good. Huh. Well, I guess for any of my Sonic Racing Crossworlds fans that are also Mega Man fans in the chat, looks like we're getting classic Mega Man DLC for Crossworlds. Hi, Rigel. So that should be interesting. Let's see. Oh, right. I meant to go get the sugar. I meant to go get the. Hang on a second. I think there was a thing I wanted to get in the chat here for today, and I completely forgot to go grab it, which means I have to go do it. So let me go do that. Just gonna go grab it. I meant to grab this thing, and then I completely forgot to grab this thing. So okay, so hopefully when we do this. I think I meant to put up. I forgot to put up. I should do a thing where I actually I forgot. This is literally just a thing. It's like I should just. Yeah, we have one. And it occurs to me that I should have really, um, for a while, had available people to look at, and I just never got about doing that. So, I got distracted and when I looked back, I saw that. I've been meaning to add this for a little while, just that like it's there. Um, and I just more or less kept forgetting to do it. Brain was empty, but finally got around to it. Not. Okay, a constant just Alright, that's good. Anyway, if you would like to join Discord, I mean, it's one of those things where I've been meaning to put this up so that all the time that I keep talking about, like, yeah, we're going to be doing like Discord exclusive. We're going to be doing Discord exclusive builds, and I keep talking about that. We haven't started it yet, but when we do, that's the Discord at which we'll be doing these things. Yeah. Let's see. So for right now, the main thing I'm working on for everybody else's context is that these are not the final graphics by any means, but there are a couple of things that I wanted to do to enhance ultimates when they're used. That's the thing I've been working on for like the last little while. As far as what's the word? As far as the actual visual effect for ultimates and things like that, I in recent conversations that the rest of the team has been having with each other is one of the things where I came to realize, yeah, I think one of the major reasons why people have given us as a major piece of feedback is I don't really know what happens when I use an ultimate. Is that they don't ultimates themselves don't have a lot of like actual pop and feedback to them. So while what I'm doing is by no means a permanent solution, it is it is one of the things where I am going to I'm going to framework out a couple of the things that is kind of like set up what the ultimate effects should look like in a way that will hopefully make it easier for people to actually see and understand what's happening. And I think that may help some with like the I don't know when I use an ultimate or why, that's a thing. enemy. Here. Well, let's see. Okay, so there's only one thing I really need to do. Well, there's a couple things I need to do. Yes. Okay, good. So that one's already in. So extract. Yeah. Yeah. So that should. Or just do. Let me just get juice, and then I'll be good to go. kind of got that sorted out. So, the thing I'm setting up here is that when you use the ultimate, there's a period of time during which, right, like we just force all the bullets that are currently on screen to get cleared out. That is a thing that I would like to do. So we're doing that. We're basically setting that up right now. Made some progress on this last night, but there are a couple things that aren't working the way that I would like. So take a second look and see, figure out what I did wrong. Stage 1. Ready? Swift flying, rookie. Perfect! Spin on. Spin on. Shoot lantern. Double spin on. Rank up. Ready. Ultimate booster. Spin on. Perfect. Spin on. Perfect. Rank up. Spin on. Mostly works. One thing isn't. Okay. Cannot access. Disposed object a bullet. Huh. Hold on. Now there's a way. What's the disposed object in this equation? That's the part that I'm having trouble figuring out. Yeah. Shiny, Cosmo, how are y'all doing? Hopefully well. Sorry, brain went into problem solving mode for half of a second, and I was like, yeah, I kind of locked in for a little. So, forgive me that one for a second. Um, let's test this at stage two, I think, because enemies come a little bit more frequently there. Hang on, output. Something else. What did you get upset? What did I forget to do? No conditional assignment. Oh no, I forgot to save that. One. Okay, try that again. Should be fine now.
Stage 2. Ready? Swift flying. Spin off. Ultimate ready. Spin off. Crank up. Ultimate laser.
Yeah, okay. That's better. Okay. Um, but I can't figure out where. Okay. So that's the problem. Why is it doing that? It's not a problem. Good. Damn, nightstand and a Twitch follow list, and it's 90 degrees of humidity. Yep. Understandable on all fronts. I don't know why I'm getting this particular error though. I mean, I know, but I'm not really sure. I thought I'd gotten around this already. Probably. Okay, so the signal part isn't working. Then let's try something else. Let's see if this works. Emitting a signal, we're just going to do this. And we'll see if that works. If that does work, then
Stage 2. Ready? Swift flying, rookie. Spin on. Spin on. Ultimate ready. Spin on. Ultimate booster. Spin on.
yeah. Good. Then that means that I need to do the same thing over here. All right, got it. Okay, cool. So if that's the case, then I don't need these signals. So the signals are not helping. So I'm going to get rid of those signals because I think that those are probably all broken. We can get rid of that. Oh, it's probably because I put it in twice. That didn't help. But get rid of that also. I think I know why doing it like that works correctly anyway. We're not using this code, so that can also get thrown out. Okay, so this should work fine. This should work properly.
Stage 2. Ready? Swift flying, rookie. Spin on. Spin on. Spin on. Perfect. Spin on. Perfect power. Power. Spin on. Power. Spin on. Ultimate laser.
Yeah, that's much better.
Spin on. Double. Spin on. Spin on. Spin on. Ultimate ready. Ultimate on. Laser. Crank up. Stage clear.
Okay, cool. That already works much better. This is good. One other thing I need to solve. Which is the spin recharge. I need to figure out one thing. Okay, cool. So I need to see one thing. Spin cooldown. Okay, hold on a second. Means there's something else that's going on here. Sorry, y'all. I'm chasing down a thing because the thing is that the spin recharge effect was still playing, even though technically speaking you shouldn't. So I got to figure out why the effects are still playing. It's the only thing because they should only be playing when your spin is actually recharging, and if you're using an ultimate, that doesn't happen, right? So give me a minute. I have to figure out when I'm actually starting. Okay, cool. actually go into this, I think. Let's look. Okay, I think that's the way I should set that up. That might be the way to do it. Give me a second. I'm looking back over code that I wrote previously so I can try to coordinate code that I already wrote. I think there are things that I wasn't thinking about and I may have forgotten to double check. Oh, my bad. I also left on the speakers, so y'all have probably been hearing the echo the whole time. Sorry, let me fix that. That Dragon Quest? No. Golden Sun. Give me 1 second. I saw a thing that I want to check. Thinking about this. Okay. I should do it like this. I'm gonna explain what I'm doing in a second. I just need to actually finish the thing that I'm thinking of. I need to just finish the thing that I'm thinking of first, uh, and then we're Gucci. I just need a minute to like actually finish thinking about the thing that I'm. These functions. Okay. Spin. I attached this thing to the wrong thing, I think. I'm gonna do spin, pull down. There we go. I think that should do it. The thing is that at that time you never get started. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's the pepper. That's the stuff. I'm pretty sure anyway. So I'm gonna test this to make sure that it works, and if it works, I'll tell y'all the specific thing that I was trying to fix. I'm pretty sure I fixed it just now, but I want to test it to be sure that it works before I say I fixed it.
Swift flying. Okay, perfect. Spin on. Spin on. Speed. Perfect. Spin on. Double. Ultimate speed. Ready. Spin on. Spin on. Perfect. Ultimate laser. Spin on. Spin on. Double. Spin on.
Okay, good. Yeah, I fixed it.
Spin on. Crank up. Spin on. Shoot lantern.
So very specifically, the thing that I was trying to fix was that when you are excuse me. So basically what happens is that when you are under the effect of an ultimate, right? When you're under the effect of an ultimate, the idea is that you have your spin has no recharge time. Until the ultimate runs out, right? But that also means that I have to make sure that I correctly handle the code in such a way that it's like, right, that means that when you are under the effect of an ultimate, when you're under the effect of an ultimate, then the only thing that should be happening is that when you're done spinning, it should immediately act as if it's rolled over and you're no longer like having to wait for your spin to recharge. The visual effects were not matching that. The code itself was working fine, and you did have infinite spin the way that you're supposed to in that circumstance. However, the main thing is that I had not accounted for that with the effect code, so it wasn't doing that part. And so I just had to go fix that. That's the thing I was trying to fix a second ago. And it works now. Which is pretty much the thing that I was like trying to figure out. And that's the thing that works right now, which is good. So,
Ultimate ready. Ultimate on. Booster. Spin on. Spin on.
and now you see, for instance, when I didn't have it, it was doing the drawing in lines effect. Because, you know,
Spin on.
spin was recharging, right?
Spin on. Spin on. Spin on. Ultimate ready. Ultimate booster. Spin on. Speed. Spin on. Spin on. Spin on. Speed. Spin off. Ultimate ready.
Okay, that's gonna be a tough one.
Spin off. Speed.
So, I know what happened. Basically, what happened is that I put out a bomb while the slowdown effect was going on.
Spin on.
Yeah, I put out a oh, none of the screen shakes are working. I have to go fix that. I did something silly with the camera. Whoops. Okay, so let me go see this real quick. Okay, so then let me do this. Default entity equals. Hang on a second. I just need to double check. Sorry, give me 1 second, y'all. I need to check one thing. Entity, I think is. I need to go check what type of variable that is, because otherwise we are going to have problems. TM. Window shaker. I need to see what type of documentation. Got to see what type of variable the intensity is, because it does not say, so I do not know. Back. Intensity is a float, and that's why that wasn't working. I don't. So this should be a float. Default intensity is that. And duration is also a float. So this should be a float. We also shouldn't do that. Default intensity. Okay. And shake camera. Default entity. Okay, cool. I that should fix that, I think. I just need to double check one other thing. Ultimate cut in. Check the code over here. Okay, call camera shake camera has the new duration, new intensity in it. Okay, that should work better, I think. Let's try this now.
Stage 2. Ready? Swift flying, rookie. Spin off. Spin off. Spin off. Ultimate booster spin off. Spin off. Perfect power. Spin on. Ultimate laser. Ultimate ready.
Okay, cool. Good. Oh, and we hit an ad right as I was doing that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. Well, getting rid of some of those. You may recall that I said something a while ago about like magic numbers, right? Where it's like, right, sometimes when you're just making a game, if you're just going super fast and you just sit down and you just like write down a number really quick just to like get something functioning for code, um, and then you're like, and then later on you wind up having to change things later. This is the sort of thing that I'm correcting right now, because in those situations, having a number that just works because the value like feels right and it works like magic, that's why it's usually called a magic number, right? But what if you don't draw any land since you said it works like magic? What I get you? And I thought seize your number. I refuse to dignify this with a response. I. This is cruel and unusual. How very dare you? That sounds like an it. So, oh my god. This is my own fault somehow, and I know it is, but also. You know, preserve magic. Oh my god. would have been issues before. Let's try this again.
Stage 2. Ready? Swift flying, rookie. Spin off. Spin off. Speed. Spin off. Ultimate ready. Spin off. Spin off. Spin off. Ultimate booster. Spin off. Spin off. Spin off. Speed. Spin off. Ultimate booster ready. Spin off. Spin off. Speed. Spin off. Spin off. Spin off. Ready. Power. Spin off. Laser ready.
Yeah. 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 Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think I just need to. There's one other thing that's missing from the ultimate sound effect being as good as it could be. So I think I'm going to do that real quick. All right. Let me see if I can get this up so that y'all can also hear this real quick. Give me one. All right. Cool. It worked. Excellent. Okay. So the program that you see up in this corner right now over here is called BFXR. I'm going to move it to the center of the screen because it is better suited over there. So at some point, we as in Unity like plan on having somebody actually like do sound effects and sound mixing for us. Um, in the meantime, what I've been doing instead is I've been using this program BFXR to literally just make quick and dirty sound effects for us uh, as we've been going along. So like a lot of the things that you have been hearing, and a lot of the things that a lot of the sound effects that you've been hearing in the game while it's been going, have if they're not my voice or if they're not from a or if they're not from a free sound pack, I basically went to BFXR, slapped some things together, and went from there. Oh, Monster Hunter Wilds. It looks like the crossover that they're getting with Final Fantasy 14 is Dark Edge. Well, I guess the good thing to use Great Sword then, because I think apparently you have the ability to do a proc for like the Darkest Night, um, which probably means that it's on Great Sword, and I like using Great Sword. Great Sword is one of my side weapons in that game, so uh, this is good. Oh no, somebody asked me, a Libra, to make a decision between two things. Uh, fuck it. All right. Okay, right. So before I go and get distracted and go wheeling off uh, into like doing shenanigans, um, right. So basically, I use BFXR for all of the sound effects, especially like temporary ones, to get more of the sort of like old school sound. Um, basically speaking, um, oh, it actually even shows the tooltips now, so y'all can actually see when I click these things. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to stay away from the harsher noises so that y'all, if you hear them, aren't getting like your ears smacked at by whatever I pick. Yeah. That one makes sense for power. Maybe. bass sounds extremely jumpy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep messing with it. I want to figure out what I think is the right thing, and it may be that I just have to like work with a different. Uh, no, those don't make. There we go. We just play with the decay a little bit, then it makes it last longer. Maybe we change. This might be yeah. Yeah, that's better. For booster. Kids want something that sounds a little bit like a rush, I think. But maybe this is better as pink noise. Yeah. 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 I like that. Okay. This is Shoot Lancer. Shoot Lancer. Bolt. Bolt. Booster. That's better. So save that. We're going to export this wave. Is that cool? now I can get something that feels. Now I can try something a little punchier for the ultimate laser one. So let's see here. Frequency properties. All right, let's see. Yeah, we don't mess with that too much, I think. So let's see. It's just a little. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere now. One more. We can just take these each a little bit down, right? So I can do like this one. So 3 and 3 is 6. So maybe like this. If we want to like better control the volume, we can mix them each down. It's like this. But I think this will. Yeah, I like this one. So save disk, save all. Okay. Alt. SFX. Export the wave. There we go. All right. why did I do all of that? You may be wondering. Hang on. So why did I go to all that trouble and do all of that? Right. So down here, we have the new sound effects for the ultimate booster and the ultimate laser. Right? Now all I really have to do is come over here to my ultimate cut-in scene, and I just need to add in a, let's see, audio stream player. On the SFX bus, we're going to do that. Now this is just going to be, yeah, we can just leave it as audio stream player. And then I'm just going to do export audio stream player, audio stream. Oh wait, no, I don't have to do it. No, I don't even need that. I'm being silly. I forgot. I don't even need that. My brain is empty sometimes because I don't think about these things. I do, however, need a string. String Alt SFX to play. We're going to need that for later. Alt SFX to play is going to equal this one for this, and then over here we're going to do laser instead. And so in the ready, we're going to do the sound effect's not supposed to play until a specific point. So what we're going to do is public void call play SFX. And then we're just going to do audio manager dot instance dot no audio manager dot play SFX. Just do Alt SFX to play. Done deal. Because the audio manager that I set up is set up to do all the playing of the sound effects at the volume that we need and all that other stuff, right? So I just need to do the only thing I need to do here is in the animation player. Again, Godot's animation player is absurdly powerful because I can very literally in the animation player I can just go, hey Godot, so during this animation I need you to do this function, and just do the thing that I'm telling you, basically. It is extremely useful in this aspect. I'm going to just very slightly offset these by just a little bit so that the shake and the sound, I can grab them separately if I need to move them for whatever reason. I'm going to offset them by just a little bit. Delay should not be noticeable to most people when they play it. Or I could just do this. I'm being silly and I wasn't thinking about that. I don't need to make a separate function. I can just add the play sound effect to the camera shake. Haha, I was thinking too hard. We can just put you back where you're supposed to be, and that's fine. All right, let's roll. Ah, they did give the date. I was being angry and yelling. Oh, right. Other
Stage
news about
two.
fighting games
Ready?
and stuff.
Swift flying.
Hang on. After I make sure that the sound effect thing correctly.
Ultimate ready. Ultimate on. Booster.
Nah, it didn't quite work.
Shoot lantern.
Oh. Whoops, that's why. Haha, I did a silly thing. Over here at the ultimate cut-in, I forgot that I forgot that with the way that I have the play sound effect thing set up, all you need is the middle part for the name. Because if you go to play SFX, you'll look and it says shoot lancer is already part of it until it's sfx.wave. I made the mistake and I forgot about the thing. Right, fighting game news before I forget. Crimson Viper is coming out for Street Fighter 6. I wish it was on my birthday, but it's not. She'll be out on October 15th, so like 2 weeks after my birthday. Oh, huh. My birthday falls on a stream day this year. Well, next week is going to be interesting. If you're in the Gilded and you go to the About section, if you're like, I don't know when SJ's birthday is. Both the Gilded calendar and the About the Gilded section both have my birthday. So, if you know, you know. I'm not going to keep it a secret when it comes around. But yeah, it is going to be on a stream week. It's going to be on a stream day this year, next week. So, yeah, I'll stop being cagey about it. It's literally a week from now. Literally next week, Wednesday.
Stage 2. Ready? Swift flying. Spin off. Speed.
Yeah, next week is October. Yeah,
Ready. Spin on. Laser.
Yeah, there we go. I gotta make the sound.
Speed.
Okay, so good news is that the individual sound did actually work correctly. Bad news is that because the sound mixing on it is really soft, you can't hear it. So, time to go open up BFXR again and hope that I don't accidentally make everybody's eardrums angry. Okay, so yeah, let's these back up. Yeah, okay. Much better. So save all. This is for the ultimate laser. Then we're going to export the wave. That one. Cool. Now, I think the booster should probably be loud enough, but I'm going to just go load it up anyway, just to be sure. fix the sound there. Save to disk, save all. We want to save the Ultimate Booster sound effect library. And we're going to export wave. There we go. All right. All things being equal, hopefully that should do it. But yeah, Crimson Viper. I guess I can say that Capcom got me a really nice birthday present. Her trailer is out already. I will talk more about it on Friday because that will, I think, be the appropriate time to look at it. Probably this means that either next week or the week before she comes out is when we're going to get her gameplay trailer. I am 95% certain, based on what I've seen, that her Super Art 1 is an install super, the way that it is for that Mize is. But I'm not going to get too deep into that because I will literally. I know y'all like hearing me talk about this kind of thing, and I don't mind talking about it. I'm just trying to make sure that I also like get the things I wanted to get done for Shoot Lancer like finished.
Ready? Swift flying, rookie.
That's the important thing to yeah, get rectangle nerds. Yeah, one of the things that KT will be working on is actually getting a proper laser sprite for the ultimate laser.
Ultimate ready. Spin on. Ultimate laser.
There we go. That's better.
Spin on. Spin on. Break up. Spin on. Power. Spin on. Ultimate ready. Ultimate laser. Spin on. Break out. Break out. Spin on. Spin on. Spin on. Spin on. Spin on. Ultimate laser. Rank up.
Alright, cool.
Stage clear. Stage 3.
And now we just need to
Ready?
test the booster sound
Swift
effect
flying,
to
rookie.
see if it mixed correctly.
Spin on. Spin on. Rank up. Spin on. Speed ready. Spin on. Booster. Rank out. Spin on. Rank out.
Yeah, okay, cool. So then that sound also works well. Okay, yes, yes. We're getting there. We're cooking. We're cooking. We are cooking. So, to talk inspiration for a second, because I think it is important that I go over that a little bit. So one of the major reasons why I'm touching up ultimates this way, so while I'm going to be very explicit about this, so let's talk a little bit about like genre classification for video games because this is important and it's something that I had made mention of on social media before when sort of talking about Shoot Lantern, but I think it's something that's kind of like important to sort of reiterate here. While bullet hells, or a lot of bullet hells, inherit a lot of things from the scrolling shoot 'em up, right? Every bullet hell is a shmup, but not every shmup is a bullet hell, right? And one of the things that I think, especially because some of that is just like by virtue of the fact that people um, people understandably conflate the two of those, right? Because you know they have very um, right. This is what I was saying. So the thing about the whole shmup versus like bullet hell thing, right? The comment that we get a lot about Shootlander is that, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I haven't really played bullet hell before, bullet hell. And the thing is that this is not me pushing back against that because, oh, it makes me angry to hear people say it's a bullet hell. It's like, no, from a very specific point of view, we are not necessarily drawing from the we are not necessarily drawing from the energy of bullet hells, right? Like with a bullet hell in particular, one of the major things that I think, and again, I understand this is not me like getting angry or spiteful or anything. I'm just sort of um, saying this as a more general observational thing, is that with bullet hells in particular, a lot of the focus is especially on the density and the patterning, right, of bullets, and there is a much stronger focus on hitbox style evasion, right? It's one of those things where a lot of the point of a bullet hell is the actual literal density of the bullets, but then the result of that is that they're very specific and very programmatic about the way that bullets are emitted by enemies and by bosses and things of that nature, right? It's very, very different in that sense, right? On the surface, they don't look that different. Because, like I said, all bullet. Okay, let me phrase that carefully. Because you have things like Vampire Survivors where you could ostensibly kind of go like, it's a little bit different. But generally speaking, most games that people regard as a bullet hell are shmups, but not every shmup is a bullet hell, right? And with Shootlands in particular, I feel like that distinction is important because, right, that's Vampire Survivors is an example where I'm like, right, a lot of people will think about Vampire Survivors in the context of a bullet hell or a bullet heaven or whatever. And the thing is that we are not necessarily trying to mistake, we're not necessarily trying to put you in a situation where, let me phrase it like this. While obviously some of the challenge is, right, you got to make sure that you're keeping track of where you're at on the screen and all this other stuff in Shootlands, or a part of that is the point. We are not necessarily looking for those perfect and well spread and well kind of like patterned bullet hell patterns that you see um, in traditional bullet hell games. It's not what we're trying to do, right? That's not our aim or anything. and that's why I kind of like specify to people, this is more like, think of this more as like R-Type or Gradius. Those games specifically are kind of like our touch points for Shoot Lancer, and not necessarily bullet hell games, right? And that is sort of like a thing that we are probably going to be more intentional about defining and saying going forward, right? However, I did that whole diversion just to say that there is one exception. Also, hi Amari. I'm sorry, I saw you and I forgot to say hello to you. And I know that was like almost 15 minutes ago. I'm sorry. Brain was braining and I forgot. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. Um, but yeah, the main exception, insofar as like where this game is drawing from, I will admit that one of the major reasons why I'm going back and giving Ultimates these juices like this is because Toho pretty much what I would say, not that Toho is the only bullet hell that does this sort of thing, but that Toho is sort of like what I think of as like, for most people who have casual exposure to shmups prior to something like Vampire Survivors or whatever, Toho is probably the closest reference that you have, or like Dodonpachi or something. Maybe Ikaruga Radiant Silvergun, but Toho is usually it for most people. Toho has a mechanic starting in I want to say the sixth game, the first Windows one, um, embodiment of Scarlet Devil, called a spell card. And what happens when you invoke a spell card, or when an enemy invokes a spell card, is that that usually indicates a very specific phase of the fight that has very specific bullet patterns and things like that. And usually, when a spell card declaration is made in a Toho game, there is usually like the screen darkens and there's a cut in of the character image and all that other stuff, right? That's usually what happens when a spell card happens in a Toho game. Um, and so one of the major things that I was thinking about in terms of like, right, what is a way that we can like actually get people to recognize that an ultimate is happening? I'm like, okay, why don't we, in this one case, actually go take a cue from a shmup and like go do like a Toho style spell card declaration for ultimates so that it becomes a lot harder for you to go, wait, did I use one? What happened there? So the graphics that y'all are seeing here for the ultimate, no means are they final, but they are here specifically to like get people to sort of recognize the thing that is happening, right? So I'm just gonna move this a little closer so that like I'm gonna move that a little bit closer, and then I'm going to just so that we can kind of like people can kind of like see that, I think. All right, let's also put a little bit more animation on this thing. So we're gonna 'Nib the reset we want this to be at 4 also. Okay. And this is 0.1. We're going to take the scale of this And we're going to knock this back down to one over here at this point. So those match. And then also we'll take the modulate visibility, we'll take the modulate and we'll start it off invisible. Do that. And then by the time we hit 0.1, we're going to want this to modulate all the way back to this. And then we're going to keyframe that. That's better. And then let's get a little bit more juice on the camera shake, I think. And let's see how that goes and how that goes over and how that feels. We'll do it from here because the tutorial will let me get a chance to see what the speed one looks like, and then we can test the power one right afterward. I think this is the way. Okay.
Shoot lantern.
All right. Doing that just reminded me that I need to do something else over here. Lol, I forgot about a thing. So let me go make that adjustment right now. I need to come over here. We're going to come over here. Then we're going to say if while the ads are going, I'm just gonna work out some other stuff. You know what? I'm gonna do it this way because part of me goes that it makes sense to do this so that it forces the settings to get saved first and then you can go from there. Okay. Right. So I showed this off last week, I think, but Shoot Lancer does now actually have something closer to a more proper arcade mode in the sense that there is a toggle in the game that basically will force it to run like an arcade machine when that toggle is on, and then when it's off, it runs like a console game instead. Right.
Ultimate spin ready. Spin on. Speed. Spin on. Ultimate ready. Ultimate booster. Spin on. Stage.
Okay, good. So that looks like it works correctly. I think I just need to actually have it do this first so that we come into this one. We come into this animation first and then we do the ultimate cut animation. Okay. I think, yeah, there's like one more thing I want to try. Trying to see if I can figure out ways to get this label. Okay, so it's going to end at 0, 0. So Yeah, we're not going to do the reset track for that one yet. We will for over here, I think, though. Okay, reset. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. You should be over here by the time it's done. Okay, hold on. Position. Oh, that's why. It's 3875. There we go. You should be at 0.1. Yeah, there we go. I think that's better. Because Leona's body is over here and then the text is over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's better, I think. Reset. We want this to be at negative 840. There we go. And then we do the actual cut in. Yeah. And then we can just modulate. Okay, I'm gonna try one thing. Good. And then, second. One, we're gonna have it label control scale is there, and then by 5. Scale is 4. Yeah. Yeah.
Stage 2. Ready? Swift flying, rookie. Spin off. Spin off. Speed. Spin off. Rank up. Spin off. Spin off. Spin off. Booster. Speed. Rank up. Speed. Power. Spin off. Spin off. Perfect. Ultimate ready. Spin off. Spin off. Laser. Power. Spin off. Perfect. Spin off. Spin off. Rank out. Ultimate ready. Ultimate laser. Rank out. Stage clear. Stage 3. Ready? Swift flying, rookie. Spin off. Spin off. Rank up. Perfect. Spin off. Ready. Rank out. Spin off. Rank out. Rank out. Spin off. Speed. Ultimate booster. Spin off. Double. Rank out. Spin off. Double. Spin off. Ultimate ready. Spin off. Ultimate booster. Spin off. Rank up. Spin off. Power. Ultimate ready. Ultimate laser. Spin on.
Okay, good. Excellent. So that does work. All right, good. Only one thing I need to do. Well, a couple things I need to do real quick. This 9 patch back, I need to make it a little bit bigger than the actual. And there's a reason for that. So this is like literally the exact screen size, right? I need this to be a little bit bigger. And the reason why I want this to be a little bit bigger, the reason why I want this to be a little bit bigger and not exactly the size is so that when the screen shake happens, right? This is something I'd noticed while I was looking at it a little bit before. We want this to be a little bit bigger on the ultimate cut-in so that when the screen shake happens, right? The black part that's like the blackout, when the screen shake happens, this way it doesn't like get shaken and you see parts of it underneath that aren't blacked out anymore. If it's a little bit bigger than with this offset, it shouldn't go. Or we can just literally like do like a double size scale. This should be enough that like even when this shakes, we don't see the part that's underneath. Um, okay, let's see. Yeah, that should be enough. I have to check what it is for when the bomb does the blackout, but that is a future me problem. Um, Current me just needs to make sure that this works correctly for this. I am sticking strictly to like the 9 o'clock stop time today, so we should be done in a little bit.
Flying, rookie. Spin off. Speed. Spin off. Rank up. Spin off. Ultimate ready. Spin off. The ultimate booster. Speed. Spin off. Power.
Yeah, I think it worked. I just wasn't looking. So the thing is that like the shake being slightly the shake doing the disruption is a little bit difficult to see
Spin off.
immediately.
Ultimate spin off. Laser.
Good, it's fine.
Spin off. Spin off.
Okay, one last thing, I think, and then this should probably be good. I think. Let me just do this. Public void call hide HUD dot instance that. So this is on purpose. So what I'm doing here, because the ultimate cut-in effect is because the ultimate cut-in effect is going to be on top of a bunch of other stuff, and I may change this later anyway. But the thing that I think is important is that over here, for example, right, we want to make sure that so over here, we're going to want to do another one of these. So add call method from the cut-in. We want to call. Oh, did I mess up? No, I just may not have built it. Hold on, build this again. Or wait, I may not even have to do that. Hold on a second. I can just do this. When you first appear, hide it, and then when you're finished, before you unpause the tree, show the HUD again, and then, yeah, I don't need these anymore. This is fine. Like, this should work now. Okay, save this. In fact, we're just going to make sure that we save all of our scenes again. And then we're going to go to stage 2 and go from there.
Stage 2. Ready? Swift flying, rookie. Perfect. Spin off. Perfect. Spin off. Perfect. Break up. Spin off. Ultimate ready. Ultimate laser. Spin off.
Yeah, there we go. That's much better.
Spin on. Ultimate ready. Ultimate laser. Spin on.
Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the pepper. All right. Only other adjustment I'm going to make here is going to be that for the cut-in animation, I do want, like, these two keys, I got to pull them back just a little so that excellent. Yes. Yes. That should do it. So when the ult happens, you see the ultimate laser, call out, you see the Leona's picture slide in. It does sound effect depending on which one.
Swift flying. Spin off. Rank power. Spin off. Ultimate ready. Spin off. Laser. Rank up. Power. Double. Speed. Speed. Perfect. Spin on. Ultimate ready. Spin on. Perfect. Spin on. Spin off. Ultimate ready. Ultimate booster. Speed. Power. Stage clear.
All right. Excellent. This I am satisfied with. This will do. All right. Because now we have the nice slide-in effect. It clears off all the bullets on the screen. All that other stuff, so that when you pop it, and with the effects now, it feels like it has a little bit more impact, and it's harder to not, or at this rate, it's impossible to not know when you've used an ultimate. And I think that's one of the things that was missing. Those are not going to be the final graphics by any means, but now that we know that those are like, right, these are like, this is the thing that actually shows, yeah, you popped an ultimate, you can feel that now. And I think that's the thing that was one of the major things that was missing. Even if we correct like the other, even if we have other things to add afterward, right, which we probably will, that we have this at all, that's helpful. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's go get up out of here. Thank y'all for coming by. I appreciate it. I will have more insights about Crimson Viper, maybe for Street Fighter 6 on Friday when we have Fighting Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. IDK, we're probably going to be playing more Elena Ranked or something, or I may dust off Cammy and see what's up. I could go back to we'll see how I feel. This upcoming Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, ideally, if I don't lose the entire track of what I have planned for this week, I will have already done the rest of the cleanup that I intended for side quest stuff for Tales of Vesperia before we get back to that on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And then next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is more game dev stuff. Like I said before, it'll be my birthday on next Wednesday's stream. So if that is a thing that you are feeling, what's the word I'm looking for? The TLDR. Yeah, the TLDR is that I know that there are people who are going to be going like, oh, your birthday, hey, how can I do insert gift thing here? By the time next Wednesday rolls around, my wish list for Throne would have been updated. So if you really feel so inclined, that'll be the spot where you do that. So that's pretty much the deal. Who we're gonna go hang out with. I am going to take a look. I have no money for gifts, so some of mine are cute. Fit. All right. My brain is so... Okay. Okay, time to like actually figure this thing out. Okay, brain. You were going to go look who you were going to raid. That's the thing that was going to happen. I got distracted because I started looking at video game news immediately, and so then my brain, of course, shut right the fuck off because that's what it does. Links. I do game analysis and design articles, but I kind of want to move both of those things over to Ghost. So you can read the stuff that I have either on my NeoCities blog or my Medium, but at some point I'll be moving those over to Ghost. Stream VODs are up on YouTube. Ko-Fi, if you want to support me in the stream but don't want to give money to Amazon or Jeff Bezos, that's the spot. There's the throne thing I was talking about for if y'all are thinking about doing birthday stuff. If that's the thing, I'm not asking. I just know people will want to know. Just shit from the throne. That's all I'm saying. It will be fully updated before next week Wednesday if people are really, really feeling a type of way about like, we want to support you by getting you gifts or whatever. It's just there for people who want to do that if that's the thing they feel like doing. My card has all my other social media links on it, but really nowadays I use, I really only use Blue Sky by way of Black Sky. So that's pretty much the jam. If you're on Blue Sky, even though I'm using Black Sky as my host, you can still follow me. While on Blue Sky, none of that changes. If you want to know more about Munity, dang it, I got rid of it. I just got rid of the thing because I wasn't paying attention. So I guess I should go grab it from this other page. Add existing. I need, what's this called? Yeah. If you would like to know more about Munity, you can follow us over at munity.games. I will at some point need to set this up properly. If you want to join the Munity Discord, it is, damn it, that QR code over there. If you scan that, you join up the Munity Discord. I will be doing both I and one of our artists, KT, do pings in there when we do streams for the game, when we do updates on the demo, and eventually, once we have like a new solid version to drop off, we will start doing Discord exclusive build drops over in the Discord. So if you want to check those out, that'll be the spot to do it. You can also join our Patreon and support us that way, whether you join it free to also get those alerts, or if you do paid, if you want to actually like put money towards things like us paying for conventions or events or things like that. Patreon is the way. Helps with some of those expenses. The demo for Shootlancer is over there on our itch page. And then for me personally, if you want to hang out with me on Gilded, if you're fine with like making a Roblox account to do that, you can come hang out with me on Gilded. My community watches anime and tokusatsu on Saturdays. I will occasionally have, and like, we talk about other games and other stuff that we're playing and doing. I use Gilded primarily because Discord is annoying sometimes, and it gets on my nerves and pisses me off a little. So it's just like, don't want it. All right. So till then, stay safe, wash your hands. If you go outside, please wear a mask. Palestine, Sudan, the Congo, New Caledonia must all be free, and Haiti as well. None of us free till we're all free. Black Lives Matter. Trans rights are human rights. Reproductive rights are human rights. This is just kind of what it is. Be excellent to each other, but not the bigots, racists, TERFs, sexists, anti-queer folks, or fascists. That's it. That's the tweet. I am making the executive decision that we probably want to go hang out with Pleasantly Twisted. on account of they are 9, 7, 17. Currently, if they're not playing Sonic Cross Worlds right now, that's what they were planning on doing to start off stream. If they're not doing that now, they're now playing Clear Obscure. One of those two. Twisted is a longtime friend of the channel. Okay, still doing Crossworlds? Okay, excellent. So we get to go watch them like fuck around in Sonic Racing Crossworlds for a while, and then they'll be switching over to Clear Obscure Expedition 33. They're on their first time playthrough of that. Twisted is a Riot, a longtime friend of the channel, and it's just generally cool. Go over there, have fun. I'll see y'all over there also, because I will be doing the sword swinging as the moderator over there, so that should be a good time. Thank y'all for coming by. Deeply appreciate it. The raid message is SJH just raids. Throw in your favorite emotes behind that. Just be cool. When Clear Obscure comes up, keep in mind that it is going to be Twisted's first time playing. No backseating and no spoilers. If she asks for a specific clarification on something, you'll know when they want that, and they'll tell you. So, alright, that's all I've got to say. I will catch y'all on the flip side, whether that's Friday, or Sunday, or next week Wednesday, or anytime in between. Alright, y'all. Deuces.